Ding ding.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number
6.
of the Team Markets podcast.
Yeah.
6. It's almost like 2 plus 2, right? It's 4. Score of the Barca game.
See what you did there. Yeah, we're happy to be back once again. We don't have Julian this time,
Yeah, Julian's not joining us today, but he will be back next week to join us as well.
Or the next episode.
The next episode, rather stated like that.
Yeah,
next episode. So he'll join us for the next for the podcast, the next episode where we can actually like chat about everything.
Yeah. Do you think we must tell them next episode when the changes we're thinking about?
Yeah, we are sort of contemplating changing the dates that we want to do it. Sort of changing it from Fridays to Mondays. Going forward, kind of give us a little bit more of a better perspective of the week that's been and the week that's coming up. So definitely contemplating doing that going forward. So next week we might not have a podcast.
Yeah.
But the week after that we should be changing over to Mondays.
To Mondays. To Monday. So just to confirm the date, let's take a look at the date. So on the 27th.
27th, yeah. So from then we'll be changing over the podcast to Mondays. I think it'd be like a good little change.
Yeah.
Especially like it will give us a little bit more time to digest the news that's happened over weekends.
100%, same time, right?
Yeah, same time as usual. We'll still kick it off at like 3 o'clock and take it from there.
100%. So that's the updates, but as always, just keep a close eye on our social media pages for any updates, any changes. So yeah, you were about to say something before I interrupted you after you mentioned
the Barca. Yeah, proper. You watched the match last night?
I watched a bit of the first half, but then I didn't watch because
second half was so good.
A lot of people are talking about it, right? That second half we just came back and then.
Yeah, fluidity, man. Like fluidity is like probably like the big thing I would say with regards to it. We're so fluid during that second half. It was just like amazing to watch. And then the other little thing is like Gunners got shot down. The Gunners got shot down.
Oh yeah.
Arsenal losing to Man City.
Yes, and Man City going back to the top of the table of the table. Yeah, but we will just have a session on that and just talk about it. Let's take a look at the week we had. All right, we had an important event, the inflation.
Yeah. Report. Yeah, inflation this week was probably like a big driver. The inflationary numbers that we saw out of CPI was a lot higher than expected.
0.5%.
Yeah, like was a lot higher than expected. Like I was thinking we should get inflation numbers roughly about like 0.3. Oh, that's what I was more hoping for.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Yeah,
that's what I was hoping for, and it came out about 0.5.
Yeah, so it beat expectation. I think the overall forecast was at 0.3%.
Yeah, it was like I think everyone was expecting a little bit lower, and it's very weird. Like we saw those numbers come out, and we saw a lot more dollar strength come into the markets.
Yeah.
Which was a bit surprising, and I think that dollar strength might come down to possibly the Julian commented it. Yeah. That dollar strength might be more due to possibly more of an interest rate hike coming?
Yeah, I was about to say, so right now we had the inflation report. So the strength we're seeing right now, it might not only be because of the inflation, but from what has happened leading to the inflation.
Yeah.
Which was interest rates, the job data, NFP, how it came out. So I think everything is pricing in now. That's why we're seeing a much stronger dollar now.
It is. So like there could be a higher probability chance that the interest rate hikes might continue a bit longer than we think.
Yeah. I think I saw kind of like a headline on that saying that they're still expecting more hikes to come into the market.
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely think that would be the case if we don't see like significant interest rate drops. Listen, we were still lower than like year on year. So that's why we saw inflation still going lower.
Yeah.
Because I think inflation came down to
6.4.
6.4. It came down a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah, not much.
But it did come down. And we'll more than likely see the next FOMC still be a little bit more hawkish than dovish.
Yeah. So currently inflation is sitting at 4.7, no, 4.5.
Yeah.
4.5. So we might see another 25 basis point. If not, it might go to 50. I mean 5%.
Yeah.
With the 50 basis point hike.
Yeah, so it's gonna be very interesting to see like how they actually look at tackling it, because now this was the first month where in a while where it hasn't come down like quite significantly.
Yeah.
But listen, there's big inflation numbers that needs to, or CPI numbers that needs to drop off over the next couple of months. Like I said, up until June, like there's some really big figures that's gonna drop off. June, July, we should see like some that CPI or that inflation figure come down significantly.
So what's going through my mind now is thinking about or discussing the dollar strength. I think there is a good chance that we might still be in this dollar strength up until the next interest rate announcement, which is late on in March.
Possibly. We'll look at the charts just now to kind of see where it's heading. And at the moment, like Lennox seems to be right with his dollar strength.
Yeah, people are loving that session we had with Lennox.
Yeah. The other thing is like PPI came out this yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
And it came out like a lot higher than expected. It came out at 0.7%. Forecast was about 0.4. That's a pretty big one for me, because but like I mentioned during the CPI stream as well, like that imports cost has jumped up quite significantly from last month.
So that's PPI. The reports that came out this week for the dollar have been bullish for the dollar, have been strong for the dollar.
But this is where it comes in again. Like a lot of those pricing in might indicate that they might be holding off and increasing rates longer than expected now.
Think so.
Yeah. Because I think everyone's been pricing in cuts sooner rather than later. And now because that inflationary number is not dropping as fast as they want to, like they might store longer than if they needed.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So I think that's the only reason like I can see strength coming into the markets. Yeah. I think that would be the big sort of effect to consider.
Yeah, but that inflation doesn't look to be going up ever since we peaked at 9.1%.
Yeah, I doubt it. I can't see inflation going up again. I think we're just going to drop down lower to about that 3% mark, and from there we'll stagnate between 3 and 4. I suspect at the moment.
So we had inflation, we had retail sales as well. It came out positive, no?
Retail sales also a lot higher than expected. We saw retail sales month on month come out at 3% comparison to like 1.9%. So a nice little increase there, almost like a 30% increase in that figure itself as well. That's a very good positive sign for the dollar as well. And the US economy. The manufacturing index came out negative 5.8. In comparison to the negative 18, so it's also a lot better than expected. And then, like I said, CPI 6.4%, a bit higher than the forecast of 6.2. But yeah.
So these higher interest rate, is it due
inflation?
Inflation, and also the job data that came up positive. Do you think so?
No. I think like a lot of this data is more down to import costs increasing, because I was going through trading economics. I was going in depth into like the inflationary reports, kind of see where everything was heading in. Yeah, there's a lot of like imports was the thing that kind of hit them hard over the last month.
But we're expecting dollar strength now.
And they can also and I would love to hear Julian's point of view, but like a lot of this can also be down to China. Like with this whole sort of a tiff that China and the US has at the moment. So there could be some tariffs at play as well as increasing the costs. But if we actually looked at the import chart for like the last couple of months, it's just been declining like steadily over the last while.
All right, no, we need to keep an eye on that China, US. What's happening there?
Definitely. Like it's going to be a big factor. If you look at like imports, imports at the moment. Like last month, it was sitting at about 2.7%. This month it came out at about 3.5, so a lot higher than expected. So it's that I feel like it's that imports that's sort of been triggering them a lot, and that's the reason why we saw CPI come out a bit higher than expected.
Yeah, so a lot of things to actually look at, right? Like there's the imports prices chart, a lot of things you're gonna take a look at, but yeah, but overall at this point you're still anticipating dollar strength to still continue in the market.
Oh no, definitely. I can definitely see it at the moment. Even though like I feel we're approaching that 1800 level on gold, which we've been looking at, down to 1800 from there on, looking at taking it up higher.
Let's actually switch to gold, or rather to the charts. All right. Let me say I do have gold somewhere here. This is gold. Yeah. Let me just clean this chart. But no, I think it's fine. So I had this channel, and that 1800 is right here at the bottom of the channel, right there.
Yeah, I definitely think that might be a bit deeper than the channel that you're drawing, but like 1800 is the one I'll definitely keep an eye on. Might be a bit off on it a little bit, but 1800 is the ideal level for me to actually look at getting in on buys for. There is quite a bit of support where it's sitting at the moment, so we just need to see what it actually does and where it closes the week at.
Yeah, but I think we said last time, we said if the market breaks this level, I can't remember, 1870 I think, right? Then we are due for that 1800 mark, and it's been pushing nicely to the downside.
If you put it on like a 4-hour chart, you can see like a bit more of that flag pattern and continuation forming. We haven't completed the flag just yet, and I think 1800 is the completion of that flag. That's ideally what I want to sort of look at completing before necessarily taking it up higher.
Taking it up higher. So yeah, I think there's a lot of confluence here. All right, we have this levels here. It's also a fib level as well.
Even if you zoom out from a longer perspective, zoom out more, just put on monthly time frame. Like more back.
All the way back, way back.
Yeah. You can see those highs right there. Those are the highs we want to sort of look at going to test. That's back in like 2012.
Yeah.
Those are the levels I'm looking at the moment.
No. This is a really good chart to have a look at. We're just getting a deeper retracement. I wasn't expecting it to come this deep, but we react, in the markets. But as I was saying, so I have this fib drawn on the weekly time frame, and at that 1800 looks to be quite a very, very important level, round about the 61.8, round about with this supplies or demand zone right here.
Yeah, that's definitely, like I said, definitely the key level I would look at on gold itself. It's a round number, first of all. There's lots of historical like support there. And like if you just look at the charts and what's been happening recently as well, like it sort of correlates with what we should actually see.
Yeah. So yeah, gold is still bullish. We could still see gold pushing more to the down. I mean, the next week could still be bearish for gold. And that other week we could get, or maybe the second week of March, where we have 2 weekly candles, then we might get the confirmation we're looking for. So the next week we're still expecting gold to still push a little bit to the downside, maybe get short-term selling opportunities on that, seeing how the trend is just nicely moving to the downside.
Yeah, there's no signs of like patterns of reversal just yet. So I'd still stick to the sells until we possibly get to that 1800 and then start looking at reversal patterns to confirm that buy is actually reversing. It'll also be good to actually start looking at the CO2 report again. Definitely be keeping an eye on the CO2 reports.
100%.
Because we might get a lot of specific future buy orders coming in from that 1800 level.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. I see 1800 is the level to look at. Wanna also take a look at Bitcoin?
Why not?
Bitcoin, I see it pushed up nicely. Okay, I think it's this one. Yeah, pushed up nicely this week, but finding resistance around the very same area there. Yeah, so wait, is this BTC USD? It is.
Yeah.
It is BTC USD. Yeah, look, I'm still watching this level here. Spoke about. I'm not sure of that one, Julian. Was it you?
No, Julian said he's going all the way. He gave it a time frame of 2 years or so.
2 years. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think that's a fair time period.
Yeah, like Lennox also said, like he's seeing Bitcoin like a lot lower.
Yeah.
We'll see how everything plays out over the next couple of months as well. But like it does seem to be holding a bit well at the moment.
Yeah.
It could be a possible head and shoulders pattern.
I was about to say.
Could be a possible head and shoulders pattern for me. Take it up a bit higher. I don't see it rallying back to that last highs. There must be like something significant that happens to actually push up that high.
Nah, I don't see it going back there. So if I just take the Fed from, let's see. Okay, so at least 50. So this here is around 38.2, somewhere here on this gap. So I think we could still make a push up to 38.2, right around there. Yeah. So yeah, Bitcoin. Have you been looking at gas? I haven't been looking at gas.
Net gas.
Natural
Yeah,
gas.
every single day.
Yeah, that's your chart.
Still falling. Still falling. Yeah. Still, it also hasn't shown any signs of like reversal just yet. Still, you just passed it down. Yeah. It hasn't shown any signs of reversals just yet. It's seeming to like bottom out a little bit, but
sure. Yeah, I know that's a very strong. Even at a gap. Yeah, no, that's a very strong price action.
if you try to catch a falling knife, you just get cut.
You cannot do that in this falling market. You cannot do that. I mean,
listen, like it's gonna bottom out sometime or another, and I think those would be like really good places to actually look at like entering. I do feel like that bottom support. I think there is a support round about like that $2 odd level. Possibly a bit lower, like on that $1. I think it was $1.60, like there.
Somewhere, yeah.
Like if it gets down there, like I don't think there's any chance that you don't start buying.
Yeah, from a structure point of view, right? What you normally look at when the market drops this aggressively, it's actually a good thing because we are gonna get that lower price where you're gonna get liquidity and buy opportunities. Even if it won't be a reversal, but if you can just get a retracement, there will be a buying opportunity.
Oh yeah, 100%. Here's the thing with like similar with like with gas and with oil. It's like they're never gonna go to zero. Okay, well there is a possibility for nat gas or for oil to go to zero or commodities to go to zero if that specific commodity is not being used anymore. I don't think we're specifically at that stage yet. Renewable energies are still like some way away from actually being a proper solution.
Yeah.
Globally. So I think like they won't necessarily go to zero. So once they get to like a good price, I think it's always a good time to actually start looking at buying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of things from this chart. Just seeing a lot of things, but no, there could be some for now at least some short-term buying opportunities up until we see price action that states otherwise.
Like it just feels so overextended, and sort of reminds me of that. It sort of reminds me of that sort of a push up it had there, and like that quick sort of a sell off and then a push up higher. To get a similar sort of price action, I don't necessarily think you're gonna get that push up higher.
No. Yeah.
Or that push down lower again. But I can see like some aggressive movements like that happening, but there needs to be some sort of fundamental reason for that happening.
Yeah, there needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not gold, net gas. Have you been keeping an eye on the indices this week?
Not that much. They were a bit range bound. There was some sell-offs happening. I saw natural on PMI natural gas, not natural gas. Nasdaq came down quite a bit, sold off quite aggressively. It also does look like there might be a little bit of a double top formation there.
I see this double top, maybe triple top.
Yeah.
I see this double top formation. We do, however, also have this the strong support right around this zone here. So at this point, by looking at Nasdaq, I would say it's trading in between these levels, inside these levels here.
Yeah, we could possibly see some consolidation happening there, retracement consolidation for a while.
I mean, a trading opportunity now on Nasdaq would be getting a push lower. In fact, this is a trading opportunity. Let me just apply this. So if you take a look at the current price action, right, trying to make this the same. Yeah, so there could be a channel here where potential opportunity to the downside back to this low. Yeah, Nasdaq actually looks good, eh? It looks good
for a sell.
For a sell, yeah, looks good for a sell. There's a head and shoulder as well here. All right.
I'll check that head and shoulders.
Let's go to the 1 hour.
Yeah, it's a bit more clearer there.
Yeah,
you can see it a bit clearer there.
So yeah, so I think Nasdaq for some downside is coming. You know, Fridays after maybe 5, you could see that momentum coming in. You know, Fridays how they are. Momentum coming in on Nasdaq. US 30. I haven't been looking at it, but I just saw push down.
Yeah, I think we spoke about that triangle formation, like on
one of the episodes.
Yes, on one of the podcast episodes, and I can still see that like pushing down to the bottom, and it still could be like a nice little like flag formation, or it's a pendant. If it breaks up higher, we're gonna see like a nice continuation coming. But I naturally think like that's gonna happen somewhat when interest rates start getting cut.
So this lack of, I don't want to say volume, but momentum that we're seeing at this point could be because of that.
No, not necessarily. Like this has been like a rough week. If you look at just from an inflationary point of view, I would have liked to see like it actually break and push up a lot higher than it is. But it's not, I just say that it's not ready just yet.
Another thing I see here, if this aggressively drops and breaks below, there is this opportunity, this potential.
Oh yeah, 100%. There could be like some nice downside coming. I doubt it's going to be like that deep. I doubt it would be like that deep. There's no like specific reason. Yeah, I see now.
Let me actually see this channel here. So if it was to come back below this channel, then yeah. I mean, at this point, it's like it's above it, but it's struggling to go higher. I know there's a triangle, so it's kind of like two-sided, right? It can go up, it can go down. Naturally, what we're looking for, or what we're anticipating, is a push higher.
And that would be the ideal, right?
Yeah.
And so but that's sort of more in line with like a weak dollar hypothesis. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it just yet. Like, I won't necessarily trade it before it actually gets out of that triangle.
Yeah, no, this consolidation. Well, of course, scalpers would want to take advantage, but you know,
there has been very aggressive movements.
There has been 100%. Yeah, 100%. Just by looking at it, yeah, it's been volatile. Yeah, so US 30, I don't think people are looking at US 30 because there's lack of momentum so far, right? But the breaks, that's what you're gonna see now. So yeah, I haven't been looking at the indices myself. I haven't been focusing on them. Just been looking at gold. That has been the focus.
Yeah. You wanna have a look at oil? Like I haven't touched on oil in quite a bit.
I don't think I've looked at oil this year.
Like 2 months in, September.
So that's UK and the Brent.
Yeah.
Right then. Yo, wait. No, that's not oil.
Oh, that's the UK 100. You're on the FTSE. There. Yeah.
Right there. I saw USD CAD pushing up. And
yeah, yesterday. It had a nice little push up high yesterday. I was watching it as well. Nice push up high yesterday. Nice little continuation.
Let's see gas. I mean, not gas, oil. What I see on oil is this channel that the market is trying to form. A break below it, then we are due for a drop. Let's go to the daily. There we go. Due for the drop. The structure is still descending though, right? Still creating lower lows and lower highs. Talking about this.
Nice.
Alright. Yeah, we're still within this descending channel. And this price action could be the end of this, we'll say correction here. And possibly that head and shoulder, skew head and shoulder. I wouldn't go with that, but crack down below. Okay. Yeah, oil. I think start looking at oil. Yeah. Obviously, a crack above those levels, then we're seeing a bullish movement coming.
Yeah, 100%. I think more than likely still down.
Yeah. Structure isn't broken to the upside, so more downside on oil and an upside on USD CAD. In fact, let's like I've got USD CAD somewhere here. I should have also. That's USD Swiss. Okay. USD CAD. So I'm looking for longs of USD CAD. Whoa. Is it this? That's USD Swiss. Yeah, looking for longs on USD CAD, possibly back either back to this high or that high right there. But we'll just look at how structure is.
Is there a falling trend line there?
It's just trading right on it. That's not really broken. Right on it. If you think we can still push down.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That it is shaping up a little bit more for break up higher above that last time. You see, like there's a nice little pattern for like a butterfly pattern forming. I can definitely see this push up a lot higher.
So this movement I'm talking about, if you go to the weekly, right? So I'm looking at this impulsive leg and seeing a pattern the market is forming on the weekly. We can say this is a triangle, or we can say, but the momentum still seems to be to the upside. This one. Yeah, no, that's what I'm keeping an eye on. Get a break above, then look for buy opportunities.
Should be on the cards, definitely. I haven't actually checked on what news events are coming out next week.
This is the last week of the month. Next week is last week of the month.
So there shouldn't really be much.
Yeah, second last. So check some news events. 1800 buy orders. Flag.
Yeah, I know a lot happening next week. We've got the FOMC meeting minutes coming out on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Preliminary GDP quarter on quarter for the US. That's also going to be an interesting one. Remember how we spoke about that stagflation figure? How we need like inflation a lot lower to actually get a catch up to like growth, or growth catch up to inflation.
Yeah.
We need to see that convergence also happening in between economic growth as well as inflation. I would love to see that GDP figure actually come out a lot higher.
And then is that PCE, core PCE?
Yeah, core PCE, 0.4%.
So,
forecast.
Like as much as we don't have a lot of event, but these reports are important.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, just from a bigger economic perspective as well. They're not big drivers of the markets, but definitely good figures to sort of keep in mind, because it paints a clearer picture in your head of where the specific currencies are at.
So core PC on Friday, right?
Yeah, core PC on Friday.
The meeting minutes.
It's on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Just give me a second.
Gotta check out for the meeting, and it's definitely meeting.
Yeah, there might be something said.
Yeah.
The meeting minutes a lot of the times does not have excessive amount of movements, but
Yeah.
you do get occasions in the meeting minutes where there's something that's said that completely shifts like how the Fed will approach something.
Yeah, or that might lead up to the next interest rate announcement.
Yeah, 100%. Thursday bank holiday in Japan. You've got New Zealand interest rate statements. CAD CPI.
Yes.
Canada and the US has a banking holiday on Monday. It is President's Day.
And the US.
Happy birthday, Mr. Biden.
Yeah.
So Monday is going to be should be a fairly quiet day on Monday.
It's gonna be quiet. Everything that will move, it will be against the dollar. I think it will be something that's paid against the dollar. That's the one that will move.
Yeah.
But the dollar on its own might not give us that much movement.
No. I do agree with you 100%.
Yeah. So want to keep an eye for. I think FOMC meeting minutes very important. That core PCE report very important, and then the preliminary GDP.
You got in NZD rate statements are also coming out, so keep an eye out on that. It's coming out on Wednesday, early in the morning, like 3 a.m. So do your analysis on your NZD pairs just to make sure that you're sort of choosing the right one. Don't always want to try and overexpose on a specific currency. Just sort of diversify within your currency as well when you're trading.
Yeah. All right. And yeah, I did that. Yeah, that's the week. That's next week what we have. So it should also be more of a technical week.
For the most part, I would agree. I would agree. Like PCE has sort of thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works this week. We thought this week's gonna be quiet. PCE came out, or not PCE, PPI came out a lot higher than expected. I think like next week, which should be a bit more quiet, but I still think like that specific trend should continue.
Yeah. You're looking at the dollar, and here, I mean, there's the fundamentals, the technicals. Covered everything. I see Julian there mentioning a few things there. With us in spirit.
We missed the beer, Jules. We missed the beer.
Yeah. So yeah, man. You mentioned something earlier on. What the bus is. What?
So I saw an interesting thing. Like someone commented because despite this whole Frankie De Jong saga that was happening during this summer. Someone asked one of De Jong's teammates when is Frankie coming to Manchester United? They said the 23rd of February.
23rd of February.
Yeah, just a second leg.
Yeah. Actually, that's when it's gonna come to Old Trafford.
Well, let's see. Like the big news that sort of came out today is that Saudis put in Qatar put in a bid of like $5 billion.
Yeah, I also saw that Elon Musk is keeping a close eye.
It's Elon.
But he's not gonna do anything.
It's Elon. He'll just do it for the meme.
Yeah.
Make United a meme.
Yeah, so I think the Saudis should go for it.
Like the Saudis also they denied bids, but the Saudis are still looking at bidding as well. Qatar is like the big one. So Jim Ratcliffe is the other one. He bid about 4.5 billion. Qatar about 5 billion. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I said 4.5.
Yeah,
4.5 billion and 5 billion respectively. I know Glazers are more looking at about 6 billion. It's a lot of money. Do you know how much Liverpool was bought out for?
Yeah, for such a low price.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like 400 odd million.
And that was.
It's like that's how much Chelsea spent more than that during this transfer window on buying everything whose names pops up on the transfer window. It's like a real bid.
They still want another player. They still want Neymar. Imagine.
Well, I heard if Qatar wants to buy us, they want to look at bringing Mbappe over.
Hey now. That's a warning. Warning. Yeah, I think that'll be a good way to start. The Man United turn.
You don't think like something like that causes so much pressure on the coach? like signing all of these high name.
That's
big
exactly
names.
that's exactly what's happening with the Chelsea coach. Because now there's this high profile players now they can't all play at the same time. So what then do you do? There are egos that he needs to manage. I think I think he might struggle a little bit.
Graham Potter.
Yeah, I think he might struggle a little bit.
Are you giving him like 6 months and then he's fired?
No, he's not gonna be fired, but Chelsea might struggle to do what we normally know Chelsea to do. Chelsea around this time is around top 4.
Now they're like 12.
Yeah, so I think look. He's gonna get it right, but I think with so much players. But again, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. He might do wonders. I see Thomas Tuchel might return to PSG.
Oh really?
Yeah, might return to PSG. Hey, they played at 3-4-3 in PSG. Yeah.
I was watching some videos last night on some interesting formations that United actually played yesterday.
Yeah, I
Ten
think I saw
Hag,
something like
Ten
that.
Hag is such a good coach.
He's-
I
he's-
can't wait for like 2-3 seasons from now.
He's at some point he played Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah,
Vegas.
in 10.
As a number 10.
Yeah, he played him as a 10.
We've got our own Pep.
Nice. Yeah, just
We've got our own Pep.
in the making. But he used to work under Pep.
Yeah, he used to.
Same as Xavi.
It was the Brighton. Is that one?
No, from Barca.
Oh, the
Also,
coach.
Yeah,
Yeah, under Pep.
yeah.
Is it?
So it's interesting. Like a lot of new hybrid coaches actually coming out that used to work, or the newer style of coaches all used to work under Pep.
I told one of our colleagues that in a few years to come, there will be books on Pep. There'll be like studies on Pep.
And it's what's interesting for me is like how Alex Ferguson changed the game. Like Pep changed the game.
Yeah, true.
Like his coaching style and everything like changed so much.
Although there are some people that don't agree with his tactics, but truth be told, he changed the game. And we see now your Eric Ten Hag's coming now with your more modern style of football. And who else? I wanna see. Like I haven't really focused on Barca. I don't know. They play a 4-3-3, no?
Or sometimes a 3-4-4.
3-4-3.
Or no, 4-4-2-4.
Or 4-2-4. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
4-2-4.
Like it's like the patterns change so much as well. Like, but yeah, like I just have to say like Lewandowski was like disappointing. Like Shaw was all over him that whole game.
We needed to contain him, man. He's such a lethal striker.
Yeah, Luke Shaw is almost like a better like centre back than he is like
left back.
Yeah, left back.
Yeah, he might be converted. You never know.
I think like the big thing that he actually does is he does a lot of fluidity within his teams. Like everyone in the team can play multiple positions. That's what I think is important.
Yeah. I also think it's important. But yeah, looking forward to the second leg. So we don't have a game this weekend.
Is it?
No, I don't think Wentworth's playing this. No, we're playing. There's a team we play.
It must be 18. We don't know which team.
There's a. It just slipped my mind. But yeah, I think we are playing. Leicester. Playing Leicester.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they off of a back of like a really good win because they beat Tottenham over the last weekend.
There's a Tottenham.
Yeah.
They're in a good, run of form.
Yeah, like they've been on a really good run like recently, beating Tottenham, which is like a good result.
Yeah, but yeah, we do have a match this weekend, if not on Monday.
Yeah, Leeds, Leicester, Brentford.
So already done.
Leicester on the 8th, Brentford on the 25th.
The 8th
Sure.
of March.
18th, sorry. 18th of February, they're playing Leicester.
18th is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tomorrow. Like, and it's rough, right? Because we're playing the 25th, we're playing Brentford, and the 24th, no, the 23rd, we're playing like Barca. And then a couple of days after that, we're playing the Carabao Cup final against against Newcastle as well.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, but hey, look, that's how football is. It is what it is.
But yeah, listen, I think for the most part, that's about us for the week. I think it's a bit more football chat, seeing as like Julian's not here to interrupt us. And we can actually like brag about this week.
Like I think Julian is a low-key Liverpool or Man City fan.
City, you know, he's low-key City.
Yeah, and we see you, Jules. Yeah, I think that's it for the week.
Definitely for the week. Guys, thanks for joining us. Next week we will not be on air. No podcast for next week, no live streams for next week, but you can always join Seppo's live sessions. Happening when?
At 9 in the morning, at 12 during the day, 3. So Monday to Friday, 9, 12, and 3.
Yeah, definitely join your sessions. Always valuable to join Seppo's sessions. And then we're gonna catch up with you guys
on Monday the 27th.
Yeah.
So please take note. Our next podcast is on Monday, 27th. So we won't have one on Friday the 24th. Monday 27th.
We also have like NFP that week as well on the 3rd.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a podcast and NFP, and CPI should be the next week.
Yeah. More than likely.
100%. Thanks for joining us, guys. As always, keep a close eye on our social media pages. Follow us, subscribe, click the like button, all the buttons you see down below.
Share, comment, like, donate.
Except
fund your trading account. They should change the like donate to like fund your trading account.
No, on that note, a very important. The rent. Let's quickly go to the rent. See where the rent is trading at.
Well, it was bouncing like just now, like I was checking it, like at about 1820.
1820. See where it's coming from. So I think it's it's like still gonna be weak, still gonna get weak. So this is a good time to look to fund accounts. In fact, USDs are where is it? It's here. Yeah, right. It's bouncing from that, but look, it broke above 1780 or 18. Should be going back to 1850. Right. So
22.
That's also what you spoke about the last time, I remember. Yeah, so if you guys want to fund accounts, right now should be the good time to fund accounts, because it is possible that this is gonna go above 1850, possibly to 19. All right, so wanted to just put that out there,
Yeah, make use of like the weak brand.
The weak brand.
Yeah, weak brand.
Yeah.
Cool. Guys, again, thanks a lot for joining us for today. We'll catch you guys in a bit.
Right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Enjoy your weekend.